And we are live. Guys, let me know. Can you hear me? Chat, chat, chat. How's it hanging? Hello, Lincoln. Hello, Marwa. Hello, Pumpkin. HZ, study account. Hello, Samar Diol. Abdullah Shabri. Vampire Sight, Pumpkin. Adam Dux, Dragon Pranav, Slothy Robist, Victoria, Vicky, Fashionista, Umar Patel. Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to have you on. It is officially our final revision ahead of our final GCSE maths exam. We've been building up. There's been a few weeks, few months even, building up to this final part. Tomorrow, we are free. Tomorrow we are free. 2 hours of revision left. Not even 2 hours, an hour and a half. And you got to do the actual paper. But then, guys, we are free of GCSE maths. Hello, Dragon. Hello, Amna. Hello, Ali Yasmin. Autumn says the final showdown chat. Hello, Alina. Hello, James. Hello, Jack. Hello, George, Pranav, Mayan. Man like Will Pollard says round 2. Here we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Round 2. Here we go. Having a quick look over on the tiki-talkie. Let's see what's popping over there. Guys, just replying to a quick message. And then we are going to get chefing. There we go. By the way, guys, does anybody know this song? Anybody know this song? Tune of the session. Tune of the session. Okay. Any questions, guys, before we get going? Let me know. Let's have a look. Michael said, sir, we defo chefing this paper. That's what we like to hear. Unknown says W song. Hazacaster says banger. Vampire Sight in the chat. Mr. UCL as well. Linda says always Afro beats. Earlier on, I had a little bit of soul on, a little bit of soul, but it's normally Afro beats. Hello, Inspector. Sound like I was going to a police station or something. Adam the Ruler says, let's go. Read my name out. There you go, my friend. Arjun says, back again. Nova Animate says, the final boss battle, if you will. Absolutely. Absolutely. S8 Too Fast says, how long is this live on for? So, just having a quick look, checking we're cool on the TikTok. Yeah, very nice. Haha, thank you, Kira, for the donation. I will answer that in the Q&A at the end. So I'm not avoiding it, but I will answer it at the end. Guys, can we get a quick W in the chat for the donation, please? Can we get a quick W in the chat for the donation? So the schedule for this evening, guys, what's it going to look like? We're going to be doing an hour and a half of revision. What's the revision? We're going to be doing selected questions from this past paper, the June 2019. And then if we have time, we might do some from the 2020 paper as well. We're going to be doing this for time. So we're going to decide, or we're going to go for an hour and a half until 10:30. At 10:30, we're going to stop revising. So a lot of you might want to leave then, but a lot of you are going to want to stay, because after that, I'm going to be going through some mindset advice for tomorrow, some anxiety and stress management techniques, which I've used over time. And I know lots of people around the world have used very, very effective techniques. Those of you in the chat, by the way, who were here for paper 1 and paper 2, when I went through those techniques then, can you please put a quick, the chat's pretty much gone with W's. Yeah, can we please get a quick W in the chat for the breathing techniques if they worked for you guys, just so you can show the people who are new if they actually worked. And guys, if they didn't work, put an L. If you did them and they genuinely didn't work, put an L. I know a bunch of trolls are going to say L, so if they do, they'll probably be mostly trolls, but you can see a bunch of W's in the chat. The techniques work, guys. So I'm going to share a bunch of those at about 10:30. And then we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A to help you guys just relax ahead of going to sleep tonight. And then 11 p.m. we're going to be done for the day. Guys, let's get cracking. It is now 5 past. Any questions in the chat? Let me know. Otherwise, it is time to lock in. Question number 1, Venn diagram, the topic which hasn't come up yet. To anybody, by the way, who was in the foundation live just now, you're going to see that the first few questions we did in that session as well, that's because they were in the higher foundation overlap portion, but it's only going to be the first 2, maybe 3 questions that we did in that session. All of them are topics which are very likely to come up in higher for tomorrow, so that's why we're still going through them. So guys, question number 1, let's have a look. We've been told that in this question, the universal set is the numbers 1 to 9. The set A is the numbers 1, 5, 6, 8, and 9. The set B is the numbers 2, 6, and 9. And we're asked first off to complete the Venn diagram. Now, because we're at the start of the paper, and I know a lot of you don't have it printed out, I'll just go through this one for putting them in the Venn diagram. So what does the universal set mean, this kind of squiggly E? Well, this means that all of the numbers in the question, so all of the numbers to go into the Venn diagram are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Then we decide based on the sets A and B, whether to put them in only A and B, or only B. So the number 1, we can see that that's in A, but it's not in B. So that's going to go in A only. We can see the number 2 is in B, but it's not in A, so it's going to go in B only. The number 3 we can see is not in A, and it's also not in B, so that's going to go on the outside. The number 4 we can see is not in A, it's also not in B, so it's going to go on the outside. The number 5 we can see is in A, but it's not in B, so it's going to go in A only. The number 6 we can see is in A and it's also in B, so that's going to go in the middle section. The number 7 we can see it's not in A and it's not in B, so we're going to put a 7 on the outside. Number 8 we're going to put in only A because we can see it's in A but it's not in B. And the number 9 we can see that one's in A and B, so that one is going to go in the middle as well. So that is going to be our completed Venn diagram, and the next part says a number is chosen at random from the universal set. Find the probability that the number is in this set. So a little bit of time to think about it. And guys, I just want to say thank you to Adam, who just did a £5 donation. Brother, I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Thank you to everybody in the chat as well who's putting the W in support. Thank you very much. For anyone who doesn't know, I have all of the ads turned off. I've tried to make it as good as possible, as free as possible. So the donations, I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate it. So part B, find the probability that the number is in this set. Well, what's it going to be? What does this mean? A, this symbol B, it means A and B. It means A intersect B. A intersect B. So we need to find the probability that it's in this region here, which is going to be the numbers or the section, which is in A and also in B. What's the probability then? Well, to do our probability, we do the number of things in that group out of the total number of things altogether. So we have 2 numbers in that group. Out of how many numbers in total? 9 numbers in total. So 2 over 9 is going to be our probability. Now, just so we know it, A or B, so A union B, A or B, what would be the probability of this? Well, A or B means it's either in A or it's in B, or it's in both. So it's actually all of the numbers in any of our circles. What would the probability be? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of a total of 9 numbers. So that would be the probability of A or B. Moving on to question number 2 now. I'll put it on the screen. I can see that somebody has just done a £10 donation. Thank you very much, Adam. Again, that's one of the biggest donations there's ever been, so thank you. Says, shout out the revision then duo, Adam and Billy. Ah, that was sick. I'll shout out Adam and Billy, because this guy, this brother, made a full revision den in his bedroom. So you know when I got to send the setups, a blanket over the top with a blanket down the side, serious lock-in. I'm going to show it on the next live, on the chill live. Okay, question 2. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I really appreciate the donations, but I also want to make sure that we keep focusing on the work. I don't want to kind of detract from the quality of the revision. Thank you very much, though, for the donations, guys. I appreciate it very, very much. Okay. Question number 2. Drop ready in the chat for me when you're ready for this one, and we're going to go through it. Drop ready in the chat when you're ready. Question number 2. I am conscious, guys, that the first hour and a half is going to be quite intense tonight. We're going to get through a lot of content very quickly. We're going to make up for that with a chill final half an hour. Okay, a lot of people saying they're ready. Let's have a look. Vampire Sites ready. Samar, Jasmine, Pranav, Victoria, Flo. Man like Will Pollard says, ready, Freddy. Let's have a look. The question says that Katie invests £200,000 in a savings account for 4 years. I'm already thinking compound interest. It says the account pays compound interest at a rate of 1.5% per annum. Per annum, guys, just means per year. We're asked to calculate the total amount of interest that Katie will get at the end of the 4 years. How are we going to do it? Well, we're going to use our compound interest formula. There's a couple of different versions. I like to use this one. It said our end amount A is equal to our initial amount I times by 1 plus r, where r is our interest rate as a decimal raised to the power of t, our number of time periods. So we're going to sub in our values and see what we get. First of all, let's convert 1.5% into a decimal. To convert it into a decimal, we are going to divide it by 100. We're going to get 0.015. You can do that on the calculator. So working out our end amount, we're going to do our initial amount of £200,000 times by 1 plus r, 0.015, 0.015 raised to the power of our number of time periods, which is 4. So I'm going to bing this into the calculator, guys. 200,000, 200,000, yeah, times 1.015 to the power of 4. And we're going to get equals 212,272.71, and that's to 2 decimal places. Now, this has given us our total amount of money in the bank at the end of those 4 years. But what do we need? We don't need that. What we need is we need the amount of interest that Katie has got. So what's the amount of interest? Well, it's going to be the difference between the start amount and the end amount. So we're going to do 272.71 minus 200,000. We do that on the calculator. It's going to be 272.71. That is going to be our answer. Guys, good work. If you got that one, talk to me in the chat. Did that make sense? Did anybody get caught out by finding the interest as opposed to the end amount? Man like Adam the Ruler said, easy. Very nice. Good work. A lot of people saying they got it. Superb work. Guys, watch out for that trick tomorrow where you have to find the interest. Okay, next up, we're going to do question number 3. We're going to skip the frequency polygon question, but we're going to go through part A because part A is super important. Frequency polygon, I don't want to waste time on. But part A, guys, have a look. Think about how you would do this one. It's an important question. It's been coming up more and more in recent years because not many people tend to get it right. 1 mark though, so I'm not going to give you long. Just going to drop this in the chat for later. Or I'm going to do something first. Bosh. Okay, a lot of people putting answers in the chat. Let's have a look at this one. I think that was maybe just another donation. Or maybe not. Actually, okay. Whatever. Question number 3. Let's have a look. I'll check that afterwards. So question number 3. The table shows information about the heights of 80 plants. Find the interval that contains the median. So this one, guys, is one that very few people get right in the actual exam. How do we work out the interval that contains the median? Now, what's the median? The median is the value which, when we line all of our numbers up from smallest to biggest, is in the middle. Now, if we have 80 plants, which plant is going to represent our median plant? Well, we're going to do 80 divided by 2 to work out that 40 is half of 80, so it's going to be our 40th plant that we want. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do our cumulative frequency and work out which interval our 40th value would be in. So we're going to have the first 7 are in the first interval. We're going to add 13 to get 20. So that's going to be this takes us from the 8th to the 20th. We're going to add the 14 to get 34. So now we're up to the 34th value. We still don't have enough to get to our 40th value. So we're going to add one more, or sorry, we're going to add another row. We're going to add the 12. It's going to give us 46. So that tells us that the 40th value has to come in this interval, because this interval took us from the 35th to the 46th. So this is going to be our interval. 40 is less than h, which is less than or equal to 50. Guys, if you got that, nicely done. Okay, guys, I can see somebody made another donation. Thank you, Untraceable. Made a £10 donation. I appreciate it very, very much. I appreciate it very, very much. Okay. Moving on, guys, we're going to go through question number 4. Please spam your answers in the chat for this one, and we're going to go through it. And everybody, you know the drill. Whenever there's a donation, let's get W in the chat with that person's name. I appreciate it very, very much. My goal eventually, guys, my goal eventually is to make everything kind of, well, I'm not even gonna mention it. Okay. What do we think, guys? Answers in the chat for me. Thank you, Louise, for the donation. Very, very generous. Anybody who's watching on TikTok as well at the moment, let me have a quick look. Okay. Anybody watching on TikTok? Okay, guys, there's currently 550 of us watching on the TikTok. If you could, I would really appreciate it. And it's going to be better for you if you come over to the YouTube live. So at the moment, we have 750 of us on the YouTube live. Guys, if we can get it past 1,000, that is going to be absolutely awesome. So if you can, it's going to be better on the YouTube anyway. That's where I focus on the chat and stuff. So guys, go over to the YouTube if you can. And if you do, let me know in the chat. I'll give a little shout out. Okay. Moving on to question number 4. Guys, I can see there's been another donation. Thank you very much. I'm going to focus on the maths. I'm going to go through it because I want to keep the pace high, but I appreciate it very much. I'll mention afterwards. Okay, question number 4. Sean has drawn the time series graph. Guys, what were the mistakes? What were the mistakes? So one thing that's gone wrong. So write down 2 things that are wrong or could be misleading. Well, one thing that's gone wrong is we should be using curved lines. We shouldn't be using curved lines. We should be using straight lines. So the lines should be straight. The lines should be straight. So that's one, guys. Exactly, Mara. Absolutely right. Bloopsies, you got the other one. Superb work. We can see that they've also missed the 9.5. On the y-axis, our numbers go 6, 6.57, 7.58. They go up in 0.5s. But here we've jumped from 9 to 10. So we can say we missed 9.5. We missed 9.5. Okay, good job if you got that one. Another one you could have gone with is they're missing the ones. So they have the quarters of 2, 3, 4, but they're missing the ones. So that's another one you could have gone with. There's probably another one. So if you did do another one, that's okay. But we're missing one on the axes. Okay, next up, question number 6. Whoosh, we have a 5 marker. Let's have a look. 5 marks for this one, guys. So I'm going to give you a little bit longer. I'm also going to reply to the chat and have a quick look at those donations. W to everybody who just came up over from the TikTok as well. Now we have 850 of us, guys. Can we get it past 1,000? Adam says Billy Potter and Adam Varghese on top. I read it out, my friend. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it very much. Another little donation just said what. So I appreciate it, Untraceable. Thank you to the chat who's supporting with the dubs in there as well. T said I'm going to donate £100 at 100 likes. Guys, I mean, if he is going to do that, I doubt he is. But guys, if you can leave a like anyway, if this is helping, I'd appreciate it. Okay, question number 6. Question number 6. I'm going to give about 3 minutes for this one. So less time than you would have in the exam. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Oh, I can see we're at 1,000 on the YouTube, guys. Love to see it. We're past it. Can we get past 1,200? That would be a PR. That would be the best we've ever had. Currently 500 of us on the TikTok as well. Guys, if you can come over to the channel. I shouldn't really say that because the TikTok gods are going to get quite annoyed at me. But it's a final live. It's a final live. And guys, that's where I'm focusing on the chat as well. So that's mainly why it's a better experience. And it's popping off over there, low key. Okay. Question number 6. Question number 6. Samar says, everyone get your friends on the live. Okay, question number 6, guys. Can we please get a ready in the chat when you're ready for me? And we're going to go through it. Ready in the chat when you're ready, and we're going to go through it. I wanted to give a little bit of time. I've not given too much, but some people are asking me to go through it. Are we ready? Okay, quite a few people dropping ready. A1's ready, Goggy's ready, Samar's ready. Guys, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Question number 6. It says Jeremy has to cover 3 tanks completely with paint. Each tank is in the shape of a cylinder with a top and a bottom. The tank has a diameter of 1.6 and a height of 1.8. We're told that Jeremy has 7 tins of paint. Each tin of paint covers 5 meters squared. Has Jeremy got enough to completely cover the 3 tanks? To completely cover the 3 tanks. So, what are we going to do? You must show how you get your answer. Step number 1, we're going to work out the surface area of our cylinder. How do we work out the surface area of a cylinder? So let me just write it down. So the surface area, well, we're going to have our top and our bottom. So our circles on the top and the bottom. How do we work out the area of a circle? It's pi r squared. We have 2 of them. So it's going to be 2 times pi r squared. And then we're going to have to work out the area of the curved face. The area of the curved face. How do we work out the area of the curved face? What we do is we work out the circumference of the circle on the top, and then we times it by the height. We times it by the height. Now, the reason we do this is because if we imagine a cylinder rolled out, so if we imagine it's kind of like a cylinder like this, it's a very terrible cylinder, but a cylinder like this, and then to work out the curved surface area, you would essentially roll out the cylinder, and you would do the length of the top. It's going to form a rectangle. So a rectangle where the circumference of the circle is the top of the rectangle, then we can times by the height. So how do we work out the circumference? Well, it's 2 pi r or pi d, so you can think of it either way. So 2 pi r, and then we times it by our height. So the surface area of a cylinder then is 2 pi r squared, so the area of the top and the bottom, plus 2 pi r h, which is going to be the area of the curved face. So we're told that our diameter is 1.6. Our radius, of course, hopefully we didn't get fooled, is going to be half of the diameter. So our radius is going to be 1.6 divided by 2, which is going to be 0.8. So we're going to do 2 times by pi times by our radius of 0.8 squared. Oh, don't know why I wrote times twice. So times 0.8 squared. And then we're going to do 2 pi. So 2 times pi times the radius times the height. So 2 times pi times the radius of 0.8 times the height of 1.8. I'm going to put all of this in the calculator. So we're going to have 2 times pi times 0.8 squared plus 2 times pi times 0.8 times 1.8. Type all of that into the calculator, and we get 104 over 25 pi. So 104 over 25 pi, which if we change this to a decimal, is going to be 13.069. 13.069. So what this has worked out then is the surface area of one of the tanks. We have 3 tanks though, so we're going to times it by 3. I'm going to do 13.069 times by 3, and this is going to be the total surface area of all of the tanks. So 13.069 times by 3, we're going to get 0.207. Now, the question said, has Jeremy got enough paint to cover all of the tanks? Or how many, or how much paint, I should say, does Jeremy have? He has 7 tins, which are 5 meters squared each. So we can do 7 times 5 meters squared. To work out how much we can cover 35 meters squared. We need to cover 39.207 meters squared. So do we have enough? No, we don't. No, we don't. The reason is because we have enough for 35 meters squared. We don't have enough for 39. Talk to me in the chat, guys. How do we find that one? VO2's heading off. Good night, VO2. Thank you for this evening. Good luck for tomorrow. Good luck for tomorrow. Okay. How do we find that one, guys? Okay. A couple of people saying lovely question. Very nice. I think somebody donated. Did somebody donate? Ah, that was same one. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Seeming like most people got it. Let's move on. Question number 7 and question number 8. Question number 7, I'm going to give 1 minute for, and then I'm going to go through. Okay. Question number 7. This one shouldn't take too long. Onion Man says, is the surface area of a cylinder on the equation sheet? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it's not on the equation sheet. Guys, I need to quickly change my music because... Okay, Blue Cat, please don't put so many W's in the chat. Thank you, George Jarrett, for the donation. Appreciate it very much. Okay, let's have a look. Question number 7. Work out this, giving your answer to 3 significant figures. This is a classic calculator question, guys. What we're going to do is we're going to type this into the calculator. Now, I'm going to tell you the specific order to type the thing in. So we're going to firstly click the square root button, and then we're going to click the fraction. And that is going to give us the fraction inside the square root. On the top, we're going to do 2.5 times by sine 43, and we're going to close those brackets. On the bottom, we're going to have 8.2 squared minus 50.5, and we're going to get 0.319141, etc. Now, it does say to give our answer to 3 significant figures. So our first significant figure is going to be our first digit, which is not a 0. So this is not a significant figure. Our first one is going to be the 3. Second is the 1. Third is the 9. So we look at our fourth, which is a 1. And because it's less than 5, we're going to round down. We're going to keep this as 0.319. Blue Cat, please stop spamming W in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to mute you. It's just clogging up the chat too much. Can one of the mods please deal with that? Even though the W is nice, I appreciate it. It's clogging up the chat too much. Okay, question 8. Going to give you 1 minute for this. 1 minute for this, and we're going to go through it. No worries, Bukat. No worries. Lincoln, you said we can't see those. Can't see which ones? Oh, can't see the W's. Ah, Ishinobi, thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Oh, AFG said there's no blue cat. Oh, okay, maybe they've been hidden then on the channel and only I can see it. That's good at least. Okay, question number 8. What do we reckon? Let's all get a W in the chat, please, for the donor. I appreciate it very much. So the question says... Actually, guys, drop your answer in the chat for me. Oh, Samuel said if it's spammed, it's hidden. Okay, cool. Couple of people saying didn't subtract. Yeah, you're exactly right. So, question number 8, it says ABC is a right angle triangle. Here is Sarah's method to find the length of B to C. She said that B to C squared, so B to C squared is AB squared plus AC squared. That's what she's done. Guys, when we're using Pythagoras, which is what she's trying to do, we have to remember that our side lengths, A and B, are our non-hypotenuse sides, and our C has to be our hypotenuse. So it should be a squared plus b squared equals c squared, or in this case, it should be a to b squared plus b to c squared equals a to c squared. So it has to be our hypotenuse, which is our c. Has to be our hypotenuse, which is our c. Hopefully that one makes sense, guys. We're going to move on to question number 9. Question number 9. This is a good one. This is a good one, and I know this will trip a lot of people up. Joshua, if you would like to donate, the best way to do it is with the donate button in the chat. The best way is with the donate button in the chat. Samar says, these ones trip me up all the time. I know these ones trip a lot of people up. These ones, especially this question, is really a little bit tricky. The way that it's worded, the way that it's laid out. It's a 3-mark question. Hopefully when I go through it, it will make sense for us. Okay. What do we think, team? Can't see many answers in the chat for now. Okay. Samuel says, agreed, Finley, too wordy for a 3-marker. Okay. Fantastic. Guys, let's have a look. Question number 9. The question says a company has to make a large number of boxes. The company's got 6 machines. All of the machines work at the same rate each day. When all of the machines are working, they can make the boxes in 9 days. The table gives the information about the number of machines working on each day, the number of machines working on each day, work out the total number of days taken to make all of the boxes. Guys, what are we going to do? This is our applied direct proportion. We're going to work out the total number of machine days needed to make the box. So 6 machines, if they are all working, they can make the boxes in 9 days. So if we had one machine, it would take 6 times by 9, which is 54 days. So we're going to do 6 times by 9 is going to be 54, and that's the number of machine days needed to do it. Now, we're told that on day 1, there's 3 machines working. On day 2, there's 4, and on day 3, there's 5. So how many machine days have we got on those first 3 days? Well, we have 3 on day 1, 4 on day 2, and 5 on day 3. So if there's 3 machines working on day 1, that's the same as 3 machine days of effort. So we're going to add them together. 3 plus 4 plus 5 is equal to 12. So that's the number that we've used up in the first 3 days. So in first 3 days. So how many do we have left after those 3 days? Well, we can do 54 take 12, which is going to give us 42. That's the number of days left over. We know that on all of the other days, we have 6 machines working. So to work out the number of days that we need, we can do 42, the number of machine days needed, divided by 6, the number of machines working on each day. 42 divided by 6 is going to be 7. So that's going to be 7 days. Now, the question says work out the total number of days. So it's going to be those first 3 days plus those 7 days. So it's going to be 3 plus 7, which is equal to 10. Okay, guys, talk to me in the chat. Let me know. Did we get that question? Please let me know in the chat if we didn't get it, but it makes sense now. Drop makes sense now for me in the chat if it makes sense now. They're my favorite comments. Minto says makes sense now, brother. Good to see. A lot of people saying it's kind of hard. Guys, this one is really hard. Lots of people saying I'm still confused. Yep, lost. Okay, guys, very mixed opinion. This topic trips loads of people up. This kind of direct, applied proportion or applied direct proportion. Please don't stress if you don't get it now. I can see a lot of people saying in the chat that they get it now. So if you do, fantastic. That's my favorite types of comments. If you still don't, please don't panic. Tough question. Now I'm going to put the next question on the screen. It's going to be question number 10. Question number 10. I'm going to give a few minutes to do this. Now, two important things that I'm going to say, because I know a lot of you are just watching me do this. Important thing number one, guys, it is now 9:30, and it is the day before our exam. If you're feeling exhausted, if you're feeling tired, and if you've been revising, please do not force yourself to do all of these questions. Don't force yourself to focus. The most important thing ahead of tomorrow is to be sharp up there, is to be ready, is to be fresh. So for the rest of the session, just watch me do the questions, and don't worry too much. Don't worry too much about doing them. Prioritize feeling good for tomorrow. For those of you who are cracking on and are really focusing and want some more energy, I'm about to teach you two techniques. How many marks is this question? 3 marks. I'm going to teach you two techniques for instantly getting a lot of energy. Okay? I did this in the foundation session just now, and it worked really well. We're going to test this live in the chat. Okay? So if you do it and it works, please put a W in the chat for me. So nobody put random W's now. Nobody put random W's. From this moment, the meaning of the W is going to be to represent this energy bringing technique. I think somebody's going. Cat Twix is going. Cat, good luck for tomorrow. Good luck for tomorrow. Thank you for joining tonight. So the energy getting technique, guys, I need you. This is going to sound silly, but trust me, it works. Basically, it boosts what's called your lymphatic system, boosts your mitochondrial function, your cells respire, you get more energy instantaneously. So, W if this works. So, guys, what I will need you to do is to stand up. It's only going to take 1 minute for anybody who wants me to just get on with the maths, but I know a lot of people are tired right now. Guys, I need you to stand up. And what you're going to do, it sounds silly, is you're going to put your arms above your head like this, like properly above your head, and then jump up and down 10 times. It sounds silly. Guys, it works. It boosts what's called your lymphatic system, makes you, boosts your respiration in your body and everything. And guys, only put a W in the chat for me if this works. Only put a W in the chat if this works. Guys, arms have to be above your head for this to work. Arms have to be above your head for this to work. It sounds silly, but guys, it works. And I know a lot of you need more energy right now. Somebody saying, do an example. Okay, guys, you stand up, you put your arms above your head, and you jump up and down 10 times. Do it for me, chat. Look, I can see the W's, guys. I can see the W's. You can all see the W's. Sienna says, bro, why did that work? Something called your lymphatic system boosts a lot of energy. Yeah, lots of people saying W. That's what we like to see. Tricky says, I can't do that. I'm in a quiet place. Yeah, unfortunately, if you're in a quiet place, you're going to be struggling for it. You're going to be struggling for it. Mustafa said, my daddy's shouting now. Well done, my GCSE maths. Brother, I got to say, you're going to have to take a bit of ownership over that one. If your pops is asleep in the room below you, don't jump up and down on the floor, okay? Okay, lots of people are saying that one worked. Fantastic, fantastic. I'm going to teach you another one in about 20 minutes because I know we're going to need another boost of energy then. I've seen that somebody donated as well. Thank you to DJ. Hello, Emma. Hello from MJ and William. We're on it. Thank you very much. Okay, £15 donation. That's super generous. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Okay, guys, are we ready? Drop ready in the chat for me if we're ready and we're going to go through it. A couple of people saying my head bumped into the ceiling. Bro, if it did, you got the 6'5" genetics. Don't be complaining. Okay, Frostbite said, how did that work? I thought I was going to be more tired. Things we love to see, guys. It's taken me a long time to learn this stuff, and lots of trial and error, and lots of looking like a stupid person. Okay, question number 10. It says, Marie invests £8,000 in an account for 1 year. At the end of the year, interest is added to her account. She pays tax on this interest at a rate of 20%, and she pays £28.80 tax. We're asked to work out the percentage interest rate for the account. I'm just going to have to mute somebody real quick. Okay. So what are we going to do? Well, we know that we pay tax on the interest rate of 20%, and this tax is £28.80. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to work out the total amount of interest that we got. Then we can work out that as a percentage of the original amount. So the total amount of interest, well, we know that 20% of the interest, so 20% of the interest is the £28.80. And we want to work out the total amount of interest. So what we can do to go from 20% to 100% is two different ways. We could divide by 2 to get 10% and then times by 10. Actually, I'll do that way, yeah. So we're going to divide by 2 to get from 20% to 10%. And then to get from 10% to 100%, we can times by 10. So here what we're doing is we know that the tax was 20% of the interest. Going through quickly. We know that the tax was 20% of the interest. So we're going from that 20% to the total amount of interest. So this is going to be £14.40 times by 10. It's going to be 144. So our total amount of interest is 144. Now we need to work out what the interest rate was. So we need to work out this as a percentage of the 8,000. So we're going to do our £144 as a percentage of the 8,000. So 144 divided by 8,000 times by 100. I'm going to type that into the calculator. 144 divided by 8,000 times 100 is going to be 1.8. 1.8%. That is going to be our answer to this one. Talk to me, chat. How do we find that one? Hope Talia says, why didn't you just times by 5? You can absolutely just times by 5. That works. It's even quicker. The reason I did it this way is just because more people know this method. So I just wanted to do what was best for everybody. Ocean Cookie says, thank you. You're very welcome. Minto said, makes sense, but it's tough. Nice. Okay. Yep. Okay. Fantastic. Fantastic. Tricky says wording confuses me. Yep. I will say that's a nastily worded question. Okay. Next up, question number 11. Let's get it done. Question number 11. Let's get it done. Only 2 marks. So I'm going to give you about 1 minute and we're going to go through it. Okay. Guys, does anybody know this song? This is what we're listening to at the moment. You know this one? That's what we need right now, guys. That's what we need right now. I think I had it too loud, actually. David Perry says stamina. Exactly. By Tiwa Savage. So yeah, guys, if you want to listen to that now, it's going to give you some good motivation. Oh, man. Thank you very much. Says if I get a grade 9 because of him. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that very much. Guys, that's the song that I just mentioned. Okay, question number 11. Question number 11. It says in May 2019, the distance between Earth and Mars was 3.9 times 10 to the 7. So distance is 3.9 times 10 to the power 7. And then it says in May 2019, a signal was sent from Earth to Mars, assuming that the signal was sent from Earth to Mars, traveling at a speed of 3 times 10 to the 5 kilometers per second. So speed is 3 times 10 to the 5 kilometers per second. How long did the signal take to get to Mars? Guys, classic speed, distance, and time calculation question. They've given it in standard form, which makes it a little bit annoying. But the method is okay. The method is okay. Step number one, we can either write out our formula of speed equals distance over time, or our triangle. We have speed, distance, and time. In this question, we need to work out our time. So we cover up our t and our time. We have d on the top, s on the bottom. Our time is equal to our distance divided by our speed. So to work out our time, we're just going to do 3.9 times 10 to the power 7 over 3 times 10 to the power of 5. We're going to bring that into the calculator. So fraction 3.9 times 10 to the power of 7 over 3 times 10 to the power 5. We type that into the calculator and we get 130. Well done, Maya. Well done, Charlotte. Well done, Maya. Well done, Mamsie. Well done, Lucy. Well done, Alva, too. Good job, guys. Good job. Some people saying physics came in handy here. For sure, guys. I thought those days were behind, but okay. Part B, it says the speed of the signal sent from Earth to Mars was actually less. How is this going to affect our answer? Drop it in the chat for me, guys. Is it going to be bigger or smaller? Bigger or smaller? Somebody's saying the review link is not working. Guys, can somebody check the... Actually, no, don't worry. It should be working. Yeah, it should be working. Okay, nice. Yep, lots of people putting bigger in the chat. You're absolutely right. So if we decrease our speed, so if our speed was actually less, so if speed goes down, what happens to time? Well, it's going to take longer. So our time taken would go up. It's going to take longer. We can think of this as dividing by a smaller number, but really we can think of it intuitively. If you are going slower, it's going to take more time. Okay, question number 12, another one marker. Guys, drop your answer in the chat for this one for me. I'm going to give 30 seconds for this, and then we're going to go through it. 30 seconds for this, and we're going to go through it. Okay. Guys, I'm going to take this as another opportunity to say if you're tired right now, stop doing the questions. Either leave the stream or just watch me do them. I mean, it depends how tired you are. If you're super tired, stop doing them. Yeah, okay. I'm seeing a lot of answers. It says you got to root for. It has to be root for. Yep, Michael says it's not root for. Yep, you're absolutely right. Okay, so question number 12. Patrick has to work out the exact value of 64 to the power of 1 over 4. Patrick says a quarter of 64 is 16. So 64 to the power of 1 over 4 is 16. Explain what is wrong with what Patrick says. So Patrick has done a quarter of 16, but what we need to do is 16 to the power of a quarter. Now, the way that we do that is we do the fourth root. So remember, when we have a number to a fractional power, we do the root of whatever's numbers on the bottom. So we need to do, I think I said 16, I meant 64. So the fourth root of 64. So we should do the fourth root of 64. That looks terrible handwriting. So yeah, we need to do the fourth root of 64, not divide it by 4. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Hastur says 64, not 16. Yeah, I think I just was bugging. I said it wrong. I meant 64. Okay. Question number 15. 2 marks up for grabs in this one. I'm going to be very impressed if anyone gets this. This is a tough one that not many people are going to know, but this is quite a likely topic to come up in our paper 3. Quite a likely topic to come up in our paper 3. Michael says, Patrick, mate, you have to lock in and start watching the live streams, mate. Guys, they always make the students in the papers wrong. I don't know what it is. Not always, obviously they can be right, but quite often. Okay, quite a few answers going in the chat. A lot of people saying -7, -1. Yep, good work, guys. Good work. Well done, Tokati, Prime Victus, Hope. Well done, Shrey. Yeah, well done. Guys, nice work. So, well, I think so. Let me just read the question properly. I was just saying that because, to be honest, a lot of people got the same answer. So I was assuming you were right. So yeah, let's have a look if we are actually right. So the graph of the curve C with equation y equals f of x is transformed to give the graph of the curve f with equation, the curve S with equation y equals f of minus x minus 3. So what we've done is we've swapped the x for minus x, and then we've minus 3 from the end. It says the point on C with coordinates 7, 2 is mapped to the point Q on S. Find the coordinates of Q. So basically what we need to do is we need to find, okay, where is my point after f of x has been turned to f of minus x? So the question is, what have we done to our point? Well, what we've done is we've swapped x for minus x. So for our coordinate, the value of x, which is currently 7, we're going to swap for minus 7. So because we go from x to minus x, we swap the value of x from 7 to minus 7. Now, what about the minus 3 on the end? Well, when we add or subtract a number to the overall function, it's a movement in the y direction. And when it's negative, we go down. When it's positive, we go up. So we can see we've minus 3 overall here. So we've gone 3 units down. So this y coordinate of 2 is going to turn to negative 1. It's going to turn to negative 1, giving us our answer of minus 7 minus 1. We're going to be taking a 5-minute break after the next question. So to anybody who wants to pray, to anybody who wants a water break, we're going to be having a break after this question. I'm also going to rest my voice a bit, guys, because low-key it's starting to fade a little bit, and answer any questions that you have. Michael says, thank you, I understand it now. Key said, oh, that's actually super simple. Well done. Sounds like that one's making sense for you as well now. Lincoln Yu says, all right, I'm going to head off. See ya. Lincoln Yu, thank you for this evening. Good to have you on. And good luck for tomorrow, more importantly than anything else. Amelia gets it now. Well done, Amelia. Question number 16. Question number 16. Umar understands it now. Yuchicha understands it now. Very nice name. Tanila understands it now. A couple of people asking me to go back so you can screenshot. The best way to get your screenshots is going to be to just skip back a little bit. Take it like in the timeline at the bottom. Take your screenshot and then switch back forward. Question number 16. Here are the first 6 terms of a quadratic sequence. Find an expression in terms of n for the nth term of the sequence. Guys, what do we do with a quadratic sequence? We find our first difference. We find our second difference. We halve the second difference. That gives the number next to the n squared. Whatever that n squared term is, we take that away from all of our terms, find the nth term of the new sequence, tag it onto the end. Let me show you what I mean. So, first thing I'm going to do is, just for clarity, I'm going to rewrite my initial sequence. So we have minus 1, 5, 15, 29, 47, 69. I'm going to find my first difference. From minus 1 to 5, we add 6. From 5 to 15, we add 10. 15 to 29, 14. 29 to 47, we add 18. 47 to 69, we add 22. Next up, we find our second difference. Our second difference is going to be 4. Now that we've got this, we can work out the number which goes next to the n squared. We halve this number 4 here to get 2. And we know the coefficient of n squared is going to be 2. So we have 2n squared. Next step is we're going to take this away from our original sequence. We're also going to quickly write our term numbers up at the top. So we're going to have the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term. We technically don't have to do it with all of them, but sixth term. Rewrite the original sequence, minus 1, 5, 15, 29, 47, 69. Next step, we're going to take away 2n squared. So first of all, what is n? N is our term number. So we're going to do our term number squared and times it by 2, and I'm just going to write it underneath. So our term number here, first term is 1, times it by 2 is going to be 2. So now we're going to do 2 squared, so n squared. So 2 squared times 2. 2 squared is 4, times 2 is 8. Next up, third term, 3 squared is 9, times 2 is 18. Next up, 4 squared is 16, times 2 is 32. 5 squared is 25, times 2 is 50. 6 squared is 36, times 2 is 72. Next up, we do our subtraction. So we're going to do 1 minus 2 is minus 3. 5 minus 8 is minus 3. 15 minus 18 is minus 3. You can see where this is going. They're all going to be minus 3. Next step, we're going to find the nth term of this sequence here. Now, some of you will know that the nth term is just minus 3 now. But how can we do that if we don't know how to just see that? So how do we find the nth term of a linear sequence? We find the common difference. Here it's 0. So 0. That tells us that the number that goes next to the n is 0. And then we say, how do we work out how we get from this number to our first term? We minus 3. So from 0 to minus 3, we minus 3. 0n is just nothing. So our nth term of this one is just minus 3. And then we're going to have our answer. We just have to tag this minus 3 onto the end of our 2n squared, giving us our answer of 2n squared minus 3. Minus 3. Okay. Question number 16. Guys, talk to me in the chat. Did we get it? Let me know. Tricky, good to have you on this evening. Good luck for tomorrow. A couple of people got it. DB says, yo, I understand it now. Good to hear, DB. Michael said, you actually, good to hear. Said, you actually helped so much. My pleasure, brother. Blaze, you're very welcome. Okay, guys, we are now going to be officially taking a 5-minute comfort break. We're going to be starting again at 3 minutes past 10. So, what to do during the break? I know a lot of people want to go and pray. So, guys, if you want to do that, go. This is prayer time as well as time to have a glass of water, have a sip of water, have a little snack, maybe something with a bit of sugar if you need a boost of energy. So I'll write again, starting at 10:03 or 4. Let's do 3. Okay, so starting at 10:03. The other thing I'm going to ask, guys, is I would really, 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 really appreciate it if as many of you as possible could leave a review using the link which is in the chat. I know some people have really generously donated, and I appreciate it very much. Most people are not in a position where they can afford to donate. I understand that. But something you could do if you did want to help is you could leave a review. I really want to keep doing these live streams for free. I've been doing this completely for free for... This is the 3rd year now. This is the 3rd year now. And I really want to be able to keep doing it for free. The only way I'm going to be able to keep doing that is if I can grow this stream to enough people. And the best way to do that is, at the moment, to build up the reviews. So, guys, if you could leave a Google review, I would really appreciate it. The review is pinned. The link, I should say, is pinned in the chat. I'll just copy and paste and put another one into the chat. Somebody said, how do the reviews help you keep doing it for free? Basically, the plan next year, hopefully, is to partner with some brands and get brands to sponsor the live stream. So have a little brand with its, or hopefully a big brand with its logo up at the top, and they say, or like they just have their brand and it promotes it basically. The only way I'm going to be able to do that is if it's seen as like a big credible thing, basically. And the Google reviews boost the credibility. So that's kind of the mechanism. Okay, quite a few people, or a couple of people saying that they are clocking off now to get a good night's sleep. Guys, if you are feeling tired, if you're wanting to log off now to go to sleep, it's definitely a good idea. It's definitely a good idea. Just because I have a bunch of energy and I'm, shouting and screaming, doesn't mean that you are going to have energy. Loads of you, pretty much all of you, it's 10 o'clock now, are going to be absolutely knackered. And I say I've got energy. Guys, I'm tired as well. We're going to put in a final half an hour of revision from now until 10:30. 10:30 until 11, we're going to be doing the breathing techniques and meditation and mindset stuff for tomorrow. A little bit of a Q&A, and then we're going to call it a day at 11. Okay. Oh yeah, Fashionista said, can you tell us the second trick for boosting energy? I will tell you the second trick. So what I will say is, the first trick for anybody who wasn't here, and I would really do this one first because these two work together. They work on different parts of your nervous system to work together. So the number one technique was the jumping up and down. So guys, we're going to do another session of this. I'm going to look like an absolute idiot doing this on a live stream. But if it's going to make more of you do this and it's going to give you energy, I also need some energy, so I'll do it. It's worth it. So guys, Michael says the palm trick. You're right. So the first technique that we did earlier, we're going to do again, this jumping up and down one. So step number one, and actually guys, to anybody who's new, who hasn't done this yet, if you do this and it works, can you please put a W in the chat for me? If you do it and it doesn't work, let's get an L in the chat, okay? So I want to show people that this works, that it's not just me making stuff up. The way it works is it's something called your lymphatic system. By doing this, you put your lymphatic system through the roof, gives you a bunch of energy. So what are we going to do, guys? I would like you to stand up. I'm going to tuck my top into my joggers or my trackies. So guys, both parts of this are important. So step number one, you need to put your arms above your head. You need to put your arms above your head. So this only works if you have your arms straight up, okay? So arms have to be above your head, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to jump up and down 10 times, okay? So we're going to bounce 10 times. I'm going to do it with you, so there's no excuse not to do this. And I have 1,500 people watching looking like a complete idiot. If you sitting at home can't participate in something that could change your life for 30 seconds, then come on, you got to do better. So we're going to put our arms above our head, and then we're going to bounce up and down 10 times, okay? 3, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, I actually did it more than 10 times. And guys, I've got more energy just from doing that. Guys, put it in the chat. W if it works, L if it doesn't work. W if it works, L if it doesn't work. Tell me this doesn't give you more energy. Yes. See? Guys, exactly. Absolutely awesome. Okay, Blaze says it works. Lana says it works. Let me have a quick look on the TikTok. Did anybody do it? Guys, W's if it works. Yep, Delilah says it works. Yep. Tay saying it works. Love to see it. Okay, guys, I'm going to have too much energy now. Okay, the second one. The second technique. A lot of you aren't going to be able to do this because you have to be fairly quiet at home because people are going to be sleeping. But we're going to do it anyway. And you can do this quite quietly. So the second technique, guys, is this. Again, let's stop putting W's in now for the first technique. Let's stop putting W's in. Second technique we're going to go through now. So any W from now, we're going to start just after this, guys, in about 1 minute. Any W from now is for this second technique, okay? Guys, we're going to rub our hands together. You're going to rub your hands together until they get a little bit hot. Do this, and W if it works, L if it doesn't. We rub our hands together, and then you're going to put your thumb into the palm of your hand, like press your nail in so it feels a bit sharp. And then do the same to the other palm, yeah? So we're going to do it again. Rub them, and then nail into your palm, yeah? And nail into your palm. And then you need to clap with your palms. Like that. So you clap just with your palms. And do it and see if it gives you more energy. See, it's given me more energy. Okay, Adam's saying it works. Okay. Yeah. So some people saying it didn't work. Some people saying it worked. So we have a mixture for this one. We have a mixture from this one. We have about 90% saying it worked, 10% saying it didn't. A couple of people saying placebo. Guys, it's not placebo. I explained the neuroscience to it. A couple of people saying I hurt my hands. Guys, come on. You shouldn't clap so hard. You shouldn't clap so hard. Okay. We are now going to move on to question number 17. We're going to get going again. Question number 17. It says here are 4 graphs. Match each graph or match each description of the function in the table to the letter of its graph. So we're going to do the first one. F of x is inversely proportional. So which one is going to be our inverse proportion graph? A, B, C, or D? A, B, C, or D? Which one is going to be our inverse proportion graph? Drop it in the chat for me, guys. Yep, most people putting B in. Fantastic. Our inverse proportion graph, guys, is our K over X graph. Also our 1 over X graph. So our inverse proportion is going to be B. Next up, guys, the trigonometrical function. A, B, C, or D. Drop it in the chat for me. A, B, C, or D. Which one is our trigonometric function? Yeah, loads of people saying A. Exactly. This is the graph of y equals sine x. Remember, it goes up to 1, down to -1, and has a key point every 90 degrees. So 90, 180, etc., etc. Okay, so that's going to be A. Next up, exponential function. Which ones are going to be? C or D, guys? Exponential function, C or D? Yeah, most people saying D. What on Jamal? What on Shrey, Pranav, Martini? Yeah, good work, guys. Exponential function is D. So this is the one which starts off really small, then gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And guys, crucially for an exponential curve, the y-intercept is 1. Finally, by process of elimination, direct proportional, so directly proportional to the square root of x is going to be C. Don't worry too much about that one. The best way to do that is definitely process of elimination. Okay, question number 19. This might be the last question in this paper. Yeah, it is. Okay, how are we doing on time? Cool. Question number 19, we have a bounds question. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. Question number 19, bounds. Green Tea's a fan of bounds. Bug Thief, please stop spamming that in the chat. I'll read the reviews afterwards. I appreciate it, though, if you've left a nice one. Somebody said, "Ha, you're missing questions." Yep, I've selected the questions which are most likely to come up tomorrow. So I've got rid of the questions on the topics which have already come up. That's why we're doing this paper. And then we're going to go through some of the questions from the 2020 paper as well that are quite likely to come up. Bearings, I would say, are unlikely to come up tomorrow, but they definitely could. I need to plug my phone in. Just need to send a quick text. Okay. What do we reckon, team? 3 marks up for grabs in this one. Any ideas? Okay, quite a few answers going in the chat. Okay, let's have a look. So the question says that D is equal to U squared over 2A. We're told that U is equal to 26.2 correct to 3 significant figures, and a is equal to 4.3, correct to 2 significant figures. We're then asked to calculate the upper bound for the value of d, giving our answer correct to 6 significant figures. You must show all of your working. So we need to work out the biggest possible value that d could take. Now, when we think about it, how will we have d as big as possible? We're going to want the numerator, the top of the fraction, to be as big as possible, and we're going to want the bottom of the fraction to be as small as possible. So to make a fraction as big as possible, we want a big numerator and we want a small denominator. Guys, just 1 second. Yeah, we want a big numerator and a small denominator. So we're going to have the upper value. So the upper value of u squared on the top. And on the bottom, we're going to have the lower value of a times by 2. So 2 times the lower value of a. So let's work out the values of u and a. Well, we know that u is 26.2 to 3 significant figures. So to work out the lower bound, we can minus 1 from the last number, the 2, turn it into a 1 and add a 5 on the end. So 26.15. And to find the upper bound, we can simply add the 5 on the end. We're going to have 26.25. Next up for a, corrected 2 significant figures. Again, we're going to add a 5 on the end, so 4.35. And then for the lower bound, we're going to have 4.25. Again, taking 1 off and adding a 5 on the end. We need to work out the upper bound for the value of d, so we're going to need to do the biggest possible value of u squared, so 26.25 squared divided by 2 times the smallest possible value of a, which is 4.25. So 4.25. Oh, didn't mean to write that. So 4.25. I'm going to type this into the calculator. So I'm going to go fraction 26.25 squared over 2 times 4.25. Typing that in, we have 81. It says to 6 significant figures. We have 81.066176, etc. To 6 significant figures. Our first significant figure is the 8, second is the 1, third is the 0, fourth is the 6. Sorry, fourth is the 6, fifth is the next 6, sixth is the 1. I'm saying 6 too many times. So this is our 6th. So we look at our next number. It's a 7, so we turn the 1 into a 2. 81.0662. Saying so many 6s weirded me out, guys. Okay, so 81.0662. Zhao says, is it always upper and lower? So if we're trying to work out the biggest possible value of a fraction, we're going to have the upper value on the top and the lower value on the bottom. If we were trying to work out the smallest possible value of the fraction, we would want the smallest number on the top and the biggest on the bottom. Okay, next up, it says the lower bound for the value of d is 78.6003, correct to 6 significant figures. By considering bounds, write down the value of d to a suitable degree of accuracy. Guys, drop your answer in the chat for me, and let's see what we can do. Okay, lots of people saying 80. A couple of people asking when the breathing exercises are. We're going to do it at 10:30. 10:30. Okay, guys, if you said 80, you are absolutely right. Now, this is a little very niche topic that lots of you won't know. So listen carefully to this one. So we know now that D is between 78.6003 and 81. It asks us to work it out to a suitable degree of accuracy. So it asks us to basically come up with a value of D, which is suitably accurate for the situation. Well, how are we going to do that? We're going to find a number which 78.6003 and 81.0662 both round to a given number of significant figures where they round to the same number. So we know that if we round it to 2 significant figures, it's going to be 80. It's going to be 80. And the reason is because 78.6003 would round up to 80, and 81.0662 would round down to 80. So the reason for the answer is both the upper value, I'm just writing it for speed, and the lower value round to 80, to two significant figures. One significant figure. One significant figure. I think I said two significant figures, guys. I meant one. I think I accidentally said two. I meant one. I meant one significant figure, just to be clear. So both the upper value and the lower value round to 80 to one significant figure is what I meant to say. Pfizer said, okay, it makes sense. Fantastic. Yeah, good work, guys. Thank you for the kind messages, guys. I appreciate it. Okay, and this is the end of this paper. So we are now going to move into the 2020 paper, and we're going to keep cracking. Because we've just been doing some hard questions, I'm going to resume with some hard questions. We have 15 minutes. We're going to do partially hard questions, partially important questions. We're going to start with this question number 2. A couple of people are asking how long the stream is going to be. We're going to be finishing this stream, guys, at 11 o'clock. We're going to be finishing the maths at 10:30. To anybody who's leaving at the moment, guys, good luck for tomorrow. Best of luck for tomorrow. Go give it your best shot. Go give it your best shot. Actually, guys, would you prefer to start from question 1 and just go through? Or would you rather do specific questions? Because I've seen a few people saying they would like to start from question 1. Actually, no. I'm making an executive decision, guys, for specific questions. Okay, specific. Yep, everybody's saying specific and hard questions. Yep, don't worry, we're going to do it. Most people are saying specific and hard. We're going to do it, guys. We're going to do it. Don't worry. So question number 2. Drop ready in the chat for me when you're ready with this one, and we'll go through it. Okay, question number 2. Ready in the chat for me when you're ready, and we're going to go through it. Somebody says, sir, can we get an all right, all right, all right? We certainly can. All right, all right, all right. Okay, let's have a look. The question says that Andy cycles a distance of 30 kilometers at an average speed of 24 kilometers per hour. He then runs a distance of 12 kilometers at an average speed of 8 kilometers per hour. Work out the total time that Andy takes, giving our answer in hours and minutes. What are we going to do, guys? Well, we're going to use our speed equals distance divided by time, or as a triangle, we're going to have speed is distance divided by time. We need to work out our time. In order to work out time, we're going to do our distance divided by our speed, because we have distance on the top, speed on the bottom. So for the cycle and run, so for the cycle part, we're going to have our distance of 30 divided by our speed of 24. And for our run, we're going to have our distance of 12 divided by our speed of 8. We can type those into the calculator. It's going to be 1.25 and it's going to be 1.5. Let me just double check those because I shouldn't do it in my head. 30 divide 24. Yep. And 12 divide 8. Yep. Beautiful. So we have our numbers as hours. We need to convert this into hours and minutes. So let's add them together. 1.5 plus 1.25. That's going to be 2.75. That's our number of hours. We need this in hours and minutes, though. So we're going to have 2 hours. And then we need to convert our 0.75 hours into minutes. How do we go from hours to minutes? Well, there are 60 minutes in an hour. So we're going to do 0.75 times by 60, which is going to be 45. And that is going to give us our number of minutes in 0.75 hours. So we're going to have 2 hours and 45 minutes. Guys, nicely done if you got it. 2 hours 45. Let's see. Good work to everybody who got that. Good work, Vampire Site. Yeah, nice work, guys. Nice work. Okay, let me have a look if there's circle theorems in this, because a lot of people are asking for circle theorems. This is a good question for us to do. Ooh, circle theorem. Okay, nice. Guys, 10 minutes to go. We are going to do, let's do the hardest two. Let's do this one, question number 12, algebraic fractions. And then let's do this one, question number 14. These two are both hot topics for tomorrow. Guys, let's finish strong. 10 minutes to go and we are done. Guys, this is our final 10 minutes of GCSE Maths revision, hopefully forever. Let's focus. Let's finish strong. 10 minutes and we are all done. I'm going to have a quick look at the chat. Any questions, let me know. I know you guys are locking in after my 10-second motivational speech. Vampire Sight said, let's do this. Mickey Mouse says, come on, guys. Hey Nice says, we can do this. Axel says, game over. Sadia said, I'm tired, but I want the breathing techniques. Don't worry, Sadia. It's only 10 minutes away. Only 10 minutes away. Alexon says, let's lock in. Martini says, last maths exam. Ella says, we got this, guys. One final push. HS2, let's go, let's go. Arjun, we got this final push. Guys, not long to go. Question number 12. Ready in the chat for me, team, when you're ready. And we are going to get going. Question number 12. 22:22 on the clock, guys. Make a wish for tomorrow. Ready in the chat when you're ready. Green tea's ready. Francis is ready. Martini's ready. Callum's ready. Guys, let's get going. Question number 12. It says express x over x plus 2 plus 2x over x minus 4 as a single fraction in its simplest form. These questions come up all the time. How do we simplify algebraic fractions, writing them as one fraction? What we need to do, guys, is we need to write them over a common denominator. We need to write them over a common denominator. How do we find the common denominator? Well, what we do is we cross multiply. So we're going to times the left-hand fraction by x minus 4 on the top and the bottom, and the right-hand fraction by x plus 2 on the top and the bottom. What that's going to give us for the first fraction is x times by x minus 4 on the top. That was a terrible horizontal line. And on the bottom, we're going to have x plus 2 times by x minus 4. Now for this second fraction, how do we get the same denominator? Well, this one we need to times by x plus 2 on the bottom. So we're also going to times the top by x plus 2. And on the bottom, we're going to have the same x plus 2 times x minus 4. Now it does say to write it in its simplest form, so we're going to expand these and bring them together. So first thing to note is they are going to go over one fraction because now they have a common denominator. How do we add fractions? Well, we simply add the numerators. So on the bottom, x plus 2 times x minus 4. On the top, what we're going to do is we're going to expand these brackets. X times x is going to be x squared. X times minus 4 is going to be minus 4x. 2x times by x is going to be 2x squared. 2x times by x, times by 2 is going to be 4x. It's going to be 4x. Now what we can do is we can combine our numbers, or we can collect our like terms, I should say. X squared plus 2x squared, that is going to give us 3x squared, adding the numbers next to the x squared, and then bringing together the numbers next to the x's. Minus 4x plus 4x are going to cancel, so we're going to have 3x squared over x plus 2 times by x minus 4. Guys, how was that one? Let me know in the chat. Did we get it? Did it make sense? Shazia says, what's his topic? Algebraic fractions. Yep, absolutely. Let me just write that on the screen for anybody who wants to know. This is algebraic fractions. A couple of people saying we got that one nicely. Good work, guys. May says, bossed it down. Come on. Okay, lots of people saying they didn't get it as well, guys. Please don't panic. It's a tough question. It's a tough question. Okay, should we get going with the final question of the day? Question number 14. Let's do it. Question number 14. Guys, last question of the day. Last question for most of us of GCSE maths revision. Michael says, if you expand the denominator, are you safe? Yep, you can absolutely expand that denominator. I could have said that, to be fair. Yep, we would want to expand that denominator. Oh, no, we can expand the denominator. We don't have to. Okay, question 14. Ella says, heck yeah, we got this, gang. Final question, team. Final question. Let's get it done. Any questions in the chat, guys? Let me know. If there's any questions about that previous one, I think I probably answered most of them. Thank you to everybody who's left a review this evening. I appreciate it very, very much. Lots of people saying ready to begin. Guys, are we ready? Drop ready in the chat for me if you're ready. The final time we're going to be saying this. Let's get this thing going. Ready in the chat if you're ready. Vampasite is ready. Will is ready. Trey is ready. Pine's ready. Frostbite's ready. Charlotte is ready. Neve is ready. Guys, let's get cooking. Let's get cooking. Question number 14. It says points B, D, E, and F lie on a circle. We're told that ABC is a tangent to the circle at the point B. We're asked to find the size of angle ABD, giving a reason for each stage of our working. Well, first off, what's angle ABD? ABD, this angle here. How are we going to work it out? Well, I'm looking at this. I'm thinking of my circle theorems. I'm thinking straight away, tangent is meeting a triangle. There's no radius though. Alternate segment theorem. I'm also thinking cyclic quadrilateral. 4 points on the circumference of a circle, line between each of them. Guys, we've got a cyclic quadrilateral. What do we know about the opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral? What do we know about the opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral? We know that the opposite angles in a cyclic quadrilateral add to 180. So we can write that in. So opposite angles in a cyclic quad add to 180. So to work out this angle here, we can do 180 minus 100 is going to be 80. So we've got this one here. We've got this one here. Guys, how can we work out something else? Well, I mentioned the alternate segment theorem. What's the alternate segment theorem? Well, it tells us if we have a tangent meeting a triangle, a cyclic triangle, just a triangle with the meeting at the tangent, basically the opposite or the alternate angles are the same. So this angle here, the 40, is going to be the same as this angle here, the 40. So we know that that angle there is 40. So the reason there is alternate segment theorem. It's a little bit difficult to spot. Alternate segment theorem, mainly because the triangle's upside down, but we have there the alternate angles. We have the alternate angles. Okay, final step, guys. What's it going to be? Can I get the answer in the chat? Let's get the answer in the chat. What's the final answer to the question? Let's everybody put it in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got it. 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 Cozy's got it. Abdullah's got it. Tom's got it. Green tea has got it. Guys, we can use the angles on a straight line, adding to 180. Our good old one, angles on a straight line, add to 180. So we can do 180 minus our 80 minus our 40. Mic drop. Guys, our angle is 60. Our angle is 60. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Okay, before I say this, how was the question, guys? How was the question? Did we get it? Neve says, woo, we did it. Henry says, yes. Callum says, got it. Guys, we have done it. Our final piece of GCSE maths revision. The hard work is now done. The final step is going to be going into our exams tomorrow and giving it our all. The exciting thing, to be honest, is I would not recommend doing any more revision. There's probably the live streams on. There's a bunch of things you could do, guys. I would not recommend doing any more revision. It's already 10:30. Prioritize now getting a good night's sleep for the exam tomorrow. I also wouldn't do any cramming in the morning. You can do a little bit, but nothing too stressful. So the hard work now that's left is just doing the exam. Guys, we have done it. Our revision is complete. We are going to throw the biggest party that we've ever thrown over on the channel. Guys, let's spam the chat full of as many good vibe emojis as we can. Dancer emojis, disco emojis, party emojis, trophies, lightning bolts. You guys know that my GCSE math emoji is the lightning bolt. Guys, let's spam the chat. We want everything, absolutely everything that's good vibes. Speedruns and Tricks has got as many bolts as you can imagine. Things we love to see. Absolutely awesome. We've got Kate partying. We've got Hassan. Good luck for tomorrow, brother. We've got Mirage. We've got Abdullah, Uzmer, Miriam, V, Fardoza, Roman Arts, Summer, Vampasite, Mirage, Tom, Kira. Guys, many blessings out to all of you and good luck for tomorrow. Good luck for tomorrow. Now, two things. Number one, a lot of you are going to be leaving the stream now that we finished the maths. Guys, best of luck for tomorrow. You've done the hard work. We've done the difficult revision. It's 10:30 the night before the exam. It's time to get a good night's rest, or as good a night's rest as possible before the exam. Now, I'm going to be keeping this stream going for another half an hour. We're going to be going through the breathing techniques. We're going to be doing a little bit of a Q&A to chill out before we go to bed. However, if you are leaving now, guys, good luck for tomorrow. Before everybody goes, or before the people who are not staying go, guys, can we please spam the chat full of 4-leaf clover emojis? That is the last thing we're going to do for everybody who's leaving now, because I guess quite a few people are going to leave before we go through the breathing exercises and stuff. So, guys, let's spam the chat full of as many 4-leaf clover emojis as we possibly can to bring the luck to everybody inside the My GCSE Maths community. Thank you, Frostbite, Kate, Vampasite. Guys, for anybody who doesn't know, 4-leaf clover is the lucky emoji. Let's keep them coming in. 4-leaf clovers for days. Yes, love to see it. Thank you, Lucy, Freddie, Kia, Fashia, Samuel. Spreading the good vibes for tomorrow, the good luck for tomorrow. Thank you, VO2. Thank you, NRK, Minty Games, Speedruns and Tricks. Awesome. Joshua, Abira, Hazza, Odots, Logesh, Vampasite, Man Like Finocchio. Good to have you, brother. Man like Alawalia, good to have you. Okay, guys, another thing before everybody goes, actually, I forgot to mention this. Guys, my sister is currently watching. Don't give your identity away, so don't put a thank you in the chat because because people can't know the last name. But guys, it's my sister's birthday actually this weekend on the 14th. So before we all go as well, just a little thing that I would appreciate. Guys, can we please get some birthday emojis in the chat? Can be the confetti ones or the present emojis and a little happy birthday. I'd appreciate it very much. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey guys, I'm about to get emotional. I need to pull myself together. I need to, bro. I got me crying on a live stream. um, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Kate, Cubba, Abdullah. Guys, thank you very much. And happy birthday. Happy birthday. I'm not going to say your name, but happy birthday. Okay. Thank you, Arjun, Roya, Kia, Sims, Michael, David Perry. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, the thing that a lot of people have been waiting for, we're going to do our breathing techniques. We're going to do our um, cool down ritual before we go to bed tonight. For most of you, hopefully, you're not going to be revising when we finish the stream. So now we have 25 minutes to get in the best, sleepiest headspace, most chilled out headspace possible. So, to those of you, thank you, Ibrahim. That was a nice one. So, to those of you who have done this before, don't spoil what I'm about to do. Okay, don't spoil what I'm about to do because you know that this follows a bit of a routine. So don't spoil the way I'm going to do it. So, guys, anxiety is a massive thing that loads of people are struggling with, whether it's social anxiety, exam anxiety, public speaking anxiety. If I get up and do a presentation to a bunch of people, 100% my heart's pumping before I go up. For a lot of people, it can be like social situations. This is why this is also helpful. But for tomorrow, it's GCSE maths. Okay, so exam stress is real. Maybe you turn over the page, you can't do the first five. You turn over the question paper, you try and do the first five questions, you can't do any of them. What happens? You start sweating, you get hot, you start stressing out. Neurochemically, what happens is something called cortisol builds up in your brain. It blocks the neural pathways to your prefrontal cortex, and then you actually can't think as clearly. Now, don't worry about any of the stuff I just said. The most important thing is this: we need a way to deal with the anxiety, with the stress, with all of these things. So, what's the way? You've all heard to take a deep breath. Guys, put it in the chat. Type in yes if you've ever heard to take a deep breath before. You've had the advice to take a deep breath. Yep, Light says yes. Charlotte, yes. Rich, yes. Amna, yes. Yep, you've all heard the advice. Now, guys, answer this honestly. I'm not expecting you to say yes for this part. Does taking a deep breath work? Does taking a deep breath work? Like if you're stressed out and you take a deep breath, like, some idiots like calm down, take a deep breath, and it makes you more angry, right? It makes you more angry. But, you take a deep breath, does it work? Some people are saying yes, most people are saying no. So most people are saying no. That's why I expected, guys. Yep, everyone's saying no, no, doesn't work slightly. It does work very slightly, that's true, but it doesn't really work. Yeah, Zainab says never ever, man. Yeah, doesn't work. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry, Pumpkin. I'm going to share that one at the end. So everyone's saying no. Okay. So let me tell you the truth. If you were in Japan, you would know this because I think they teach it to a lot of the young people. The secret is you actually have to take 6 deep breaths. So 6 proper deep breaths back to back. This is part of the secret, okay? 6 deep breaths. So we're going to do this together. We're not going to take 1 deep breath. We're going to take 6 deep breaths, okay? So we're going to go in through the mouth, not mouth, in through the nose, I mean, and we can either go out through the nose or out through the mouth, doesn't matter which one, whatever's more comfortable. So guys, we're going to do 6 deep breaths, and we're going to put a W in the chat if it works, and an L if it doesn't work. Again, we're going to be honest here. So, W in the chat if it works, L if it doesn't work. I'm going to do this looking like a complete fool, so please follow along. Let's do it, guys. So I'm going to move up with my arms. When I'm moving up, you breathe in. When I'm moving down, you breathe out. Okay, so we're going to go 6 deep breaths, okay? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, we're going to go. Okay. Okay, guys, I'm already more sleepy. Guys, W for me in the chat if it works, L if it doesn't work. Loads of you will have laughed at me. That's okay. Loads of you are saying I chuckled. You look so silly. Yeah, guys, I go like this, right? I look stupid, but does it work? This is what's important. W in the chat for me if it works. L if it doesn't work, be honest. W if it works. L if it doesn't work. I see Dan Finocchio in there with a W. Ella as well. Yeah, most people saying so calming. Everyone's saying it works. Some people saying lies. Guys, you can't go against 500 people in the chat. Everybody's saying W, Taylor W, Madge W, Light W. Okay, guys, but let me tell you, that was only to get your attention. Those of you who have been with me for paper 1 and 2, you knew I was going to do this. So thank you for not ruining it. But guys, that was only to get your attention. That does actually work. 6 deep breaths does work. So I wasn't BSing. It does work. That's like the, like you guys have the tier system, like B tier, C tier. That's like the B tier technique. Now I'm about to spill the S tier technique, okay? This is some real serious stuff. And for anybody saying this is only placebo, it's all scientific. The way your nervous system works is you have a sympathetic nervous system and a parasympathetic nervous system. Your nervous system is in balance when you're in what's called homeostasis. Your parasympathetic nervous system brings you closer to homeostasis. Your sympathetic nervous system brings you further away. What these breathing techniques do is they regulate and boost your parasympathetic nervous system, so they bring you into equilibrium. If anybody's saying it's placebo, that's the science, okay? That's part of the science. I know nobody cares about that, apart from the people saying it's placebo. Guys, it's scientific. Okay, so the double inhale exhale, this is how we're going to do it, guys. The real technique is this. The breathing technique, which is going to make you way calmer, crush anxiety, have a huge effect, and make you way more sleepy. Guys, do it in bed tonight when you're trying to get to sleep. It's called double inhale exhale. So you're going to follow with me with the arms. I'm going to stand up for this one. You don't have to stand up, but basically what you do is you breathe in through your nose. So you go, and then when you get to the top of the breath, you breathe in a little bit more, and then you breathe out. So in through the nose. So this is how you do it. So in, when I go up, you go a little bit more in through the nose and then out through the mouth. Guys, W in the chat if it works, L if it doesn't work. Okay, you ready? We're going to do this with me. Okay, David Perry, good to have you on. Match says this is too funny. Guys, I know this is funny. I know I look like a fool, but if just one person, actually loads of people have been messaging me saying this has really saved their exam anxiety. So if guys, this is helping people in exams, it's worth me looking like an idiot. So what we're going to do, guys, 6 times in through the nose. We're going to go a little bit further up when I move my hands up and then out, either through the nose or through the mouth. Drop a W in the chat if it works, L if it doesn't work, okay? We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Okay, that's it, guys. W for me if it works, L if it doesn't work. I'm sleepy now. I'm sleepy now. I feel like I'm about to like fall off of this chair. Guys, let me know. W if it works, L if it doesn't work. I see Dan Finocchio with a W. Says big W's. Good to see. Ari says it works. Jeanette says it works. Soren Alawale with a big W. Love to see it. Tazamoto with a W. Neve with a W. Neve says, me trying to absorb knowledge by osmosis be like. Yeah, yeah. Kate says, I've never felt more oxygenated. Yeah, love to see it. Love to see it. Samuel says, W as always. Love to see it. Guys, we're going to take the energy down a little bit now. I know I have a habit of being like super pow, pow, low, high energy. We're going to chill it down now. We're going to chill it down now. Guys, 15 minutes of the session left. We're going to end this with a little bit of a chew. I was going to say a chew Q&A, a chill Q&A. Any questions you have for me about tomorrow in general? They can be personal questions about me. I've seen a few people asking my accent, so I'll let you guys know that as well. So yeah, a lot of people asking about the hydrogen water. Yeah, so really, I wish I was sponsored by them, but so a lot of people ask why my water is cloudy. Why my water is cloudy. So I'm super into like supplements and all this rubbish. I discovered one recently called hydrogen water. So I actually brought the things down for you guys. So this is the one that I use. So I think it's probably flipped on there. It's called H2 Tab. I think it's like £25 or something for like a bunch of them. And basically, it's like a little antioxidant, like essentially tablet thing that you put in water and it dissolves in the water. And it's not got any caffeine or anything, but it gives you a lot. For me, it's really effective in bringing me energy. It's very good for your immune system. And basically, I drink it while I'm streaming because otherwise I would not be able to do 5 hours of streaming in a night. So yeah, H2 Tab is what it's called. That's the name of the brand that I have. But you can also get, like, if you look up on the internet, I've not done too much research into it, but if you just type in hydrogen water, a bunch of products are going to come up, a varying price. Some of them are super expensive. Zainab says, shall I lock in and buy them instead of coffee? I can't lie, I drink a lot of coffee. I also have these. So I tend to like switch between them a little bit. This is definitely healthier. This is definitely healthier. Frostbite said you're giving them free adverts. Yeah, I mean, there's only about, I think there's about 1,000 of us on probably in total. And guys, my little sister just texted me saying thank you. So she was there for the birthday wishes, which is nice. But yeah, I was saying it's not quite big enough, sadly, to be able to get sponsored by them, but it's really good, honestly. These ones. VO2 said free promo. Yeah. And I said, yo, Matt, are you into the F1? If so, who are you rooting for? I'm a little bit into the F1. I'm not big into it. Like, I don't watch all of the races. My team's McLaren, so it's going pretty well for us this year. And the reason I back McLaren is because my gran actually lives like 20 minutes away from the McLaren headquarters. So naturally, like she supports them, so I support them. A lot of people saying ciao ciao, Matt. Thanks a lot, guys. My pleasure. Good luck for tomorrow. If you're heading off, I know a lot of people are going to be dropping off over the next 10, 12 minutes. That's completely cool. If you're all done, definitely head to bed. A couple of people asking how old I am. Quite a lot of you guys will know, so I won't ask, but I'm actually 24. So I do look a little bit younger, especially when I'm on camera. So a lot of people think I'm like 21 or 20 or 22, but I'm actually 24. May, thank you very much. Guys, also, I'll let you know all of the DMs. If anybody sends me a DM on TikTok or via email, my email is matt@mygcsemaths.com. So matt@mygcsemaths.com. If you send me an email or a DM, I will reply to everybody, and it's me who replies to them. So it's going to take a little bit of time because I'm probably going to get a couple of messages, fair few messages. But guys, if you do send me an email or a message, I will read it and I will reply. And it really means a lot. In a world where I'm doing this for free, what's actually motivating, to be honest, is the nice messages that I get. So comments, reviews, this kind of thing, and nice emails or DMs on TikTok is really motivating for me. Shows that what I'm doing is making a difference. So guys, I do really appreciate any nice messages, and I'll reply to everybody. A couple of people asking what the accent is. So I'm actually from Derbyshire, so like the middle of England, but I have a bit of a funky accent because lots of my friends are from different countries, so I picked up a bit of a mixture. Oh yeah, guys, and I will be going live on Results Day, absolutely. So you guys can join and let me know how you get on. Also, send me an email or a DM or whatever. on results day. Yeah, to the people who are from Derby, I know I don't have a Derby accent. It's because I went to uni in London, and a lot of my mates are from one's from Armenia, one's from Hong Kong, Turkey, different places. So I picked up a bit of a weird mixture, like a really weird mixture. Um, okay. Zainab says, "Sir, can you do a backflip?" I think if I filmed it, I could get within a. I could probably. No, I can't. I don't even know why I'm chatting waffle, guys. I can't do a backflip. I do this weird thing where I always go sideways. Like, I don't know what it is. If I try and go backwards, I go sideways. So I like practice. I do a backflip into water and stuff, but it's always like a sideways somersault. It's never a clean backflip. Um, Couple of people asking what I did for A levels. So my A levels were maths, further maths, and economics. Haha, thank you, Neve. Said if I pass maths, I'm going to promote you for the rest of my life. I was getting threes on single papers. And now I could get at least a four. Oh, guys, do you want to do a little bit of a? I know I said I wasn't going to do this tonight, but we could do it. Do you want to do a setup reviews? Do you want to do setup reviews? I think this is going to be right if I'm being a bit high risk here. Calc only says yes. Yeah, guys, let's do it then. Let's do it. So another thing which I would say for anybody who doesn't know is one of the really cool things that we did, actually inspired by my cousin, we started a week ago or so, is guys, my cousin sent me a picture of her watching the live because she's doing GCSEs. She sent me a picture of her watching the live with her notebook in front of it, kind of like this, kind of like this. But this wasn't the one. This is a cat one, right? So these kind of pictures. Now, I absolutely love seeing these because for me, kind of, it makes everything real. Like it makes me see how you guys are using the content. So another thing that I'll ask guys is if you haven't already, please consider submitting a picture of your setup um, via email. So if you just take a photo with your phone, and I'm going to go back to the question paper for a second. So if you take a photo with your phone of what you're looking at in front of you now, so with the setup, whatever you're doing with your notes on your desk, maybe for how you're using the live streams, and send them to me by email, I would absolutely love it. So I haven't actually, so the last time I went through them, I asked people for a bunch more submissions, and I think I got like 50 more submissions. I haven't actually had time to organize those ones yet. So I haven't got them organized to show everybody, but we can go through the same ones as we went through the other day again. And if it gives another opportunity for people to send their setups over. And I'm going to probably turn this into a big collage or something. So yeah, that would be amazing. That would be amazing if you could. I was going to say something else. Oh yeah, and I am going to be doing another live over the next few days, kind of like a farewell live, like a chill goodbye live, where we're going to do a review of all of the setups. We're going to do a bit of a Q&A and just call it a day because I want to do a live stream after paper 3 kind of for closure, because when you do an exam, what happens is you experience the exam, you do all of the questions, you come out, you're pretty stressed, you're pretty wired, and then it's like, whoa, GCSE maths is done. And then part of your mind is like, well, how did that question go? How did this question go? Kind of doesn't really feel real. So what's good to do is to close the loop in your brain, what's called close the loop. So to have like a bit like like an initiation, like a moment where you're like, okay, it's complete now. It's complete now. So that live stream is what it's going to be for. Is a bit of a chill out, time to say bye, ask me any questions, and just for you guys to close the book on GCSE maths. Because for most of you, fingers crossed, is going to be the last time that we have to do it. The last time that we have to do it. Alice says, I'll definitely drop my setup from the Foundation Live later. Awesome. So yeah, we're gonna do that extra live and we'll go through the setups then. I'll announce it on the TikTok and the YouTube. I'll make it super clear so everybody can see it. So yeah, okay. Let's have a look then. Actually, I'm just gonna give another reminder to take the photo now while this is up because it looks cool. It's not gonna look cool if somebody else's setup is on the screen. Okay. Let's have a look, guys. So this is how people Pumpkin, no, you haven't been muted. You haven't been muted. So this, guys, is how people around the world have been tuning into the live streams. And we can rate them all a little bit. This is just going to be for 5 minutes. Then we're going to go to bed, guys. 5 minutes, then we're going to go to bed. So anybody who's thinking, oh, I don't want to miss the end of the stream, but I also want to see the setups and I just want to sleep. I don't really care about the setups. Guys, 5 minutes and we're going to call it a day. 5 minutes and we're going to call it a day. Marty, thank you for the message. Paradox says, I just sent my setup. Awesome. So send the setups to matt@mygcsemaths.com. Okay, nice little Rubik's Cube on this one we can see, guys. Sarah says you're on my TV. Sarah, send it for me if you can. That would be so cool to see. We can. Oh, this was the guy earlier, actually, who did a big donation. So this guy, are you still watching, mate? If you're watching, big W to the revision then. Actually, I think I need to add the other photo. So let me know. Hassan says, just sent one. Thank you very much, Hassan. Let me just check I put the right email there. So it's, yeah, matt@mygcsemaths.com. Cool. Yeah. Kay says, revision then W. Yeah, this one's cool as well. This was actually my favorite setup overall of all of them. Like, the colors in this is just so cool. Like, how cool are the colors in this? Like, the yellow water bottle, the cork board on the back. My guy needs to remember his geography pre-release. Or my guy or girl, I'm not sure. Sal said, emailed you right now. Please check and reply. Absolutely, I will. I'm not going to be able to reply straight away, but I'll get back to everybody. Another setup over here. Maybe because we don't have long, I'll just go through some of the highlights. Guys, look at this one. This one's cool. Somebody munching while they're on the live. What are these things called again, guys? Let me know. What are these things called? They have a special name, like furry or something? No, not furry. Kate says mine. Very cool. What is it, Kate? They have a special name. Jelly cat. That's it. Jelly cat. Okay. Yeah, cool, 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 cool. Yeah, jelly cats. No, furry. Furry is those people who dress up as like cuddly toys, no? I think that's a furry. Like those people who dress up as animals. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, next up. This one's cool with the colors. Very nice. One where I'm looking like an absolute tomato in this one. Somebody who's about to go to bed. Another person about to go to bed by the looks of it. That's probably most of you guys now. This one is boss. Apart from my lipstick, like this one is boss. Look at this, guys. The Diamond Gamer says, will we be live streaming past papers for the 2026 maths exams? Absolutely, mate. Just to be clear, guys, that is not what I actually looked like in that stream. In case you were wondering, I didn't have a day of dressing alternatively. Alison says, logging off for the night. I'm so tired. Good night, Alison. Sleep well and good luck for tomorrow. I liked this one as well. A little bit of nature in the background. Locked in. This one was cool. Man like Homer. Bit of moral support. This one's a cool setup as well, to be honest. This one's very nice as well. Man's got it in the VR. I think this is the future of a lot of education, honestly, guys. Look at this, VR. This has got to be WVR. VR stands for virtual reality, for anyone wondering. So this guy had a headset on, and they're live in the headset. VO2 said, hey, the nature one was mine. Oh, VO2, I love that one. That's sick, man. That's cool. Adios, Sal. Yeah, Jenna said, I remember this one. It was epic. Yeah, epic. This one was pretty badass. This one was another one of the best ones. Like, low-key, this guy's setup is sick. Guy or girl again. Like, look at this. The food looks nice. The PC looks crazy. Sorry if I skipped over any. We're going to go through them all in detail in the dedicated live. I just know a lot of you guys want to get to bed now. Somebody said, what a scran. Yeah. Somebody with... probably another one with a red lipstick, but somebody else... somebody doing it on the driving. Guys, I actually went to a tech event yesterday, and they had a F1 sim. So I raced in the F1 sim. It was sick. And I'm not going to lie, I got so competitive. It was fun, though. Paradox says, when is that live going to be? I'm going to confirm it tomorrow, and I'll make it very clear on the post when it's going to be. Somebody tuning in from Spain. Yes, Span lot, y'all. Neve says, oh yeah, London Tech Week. How was it? It was cool. It was a little bit underwhelming. It wasn't as big. I went to education one as well in January, which was a lot bigger. So it was a little bit smaller than I thought, but it was still cool. This is a nice, satisfying setup. This one's cool. And guys, we're going to end it with the kitty cat. We're going to end it with the kitty cat. Green Tay says, bye, Anka. I'll miss you. Kate says, oh, the kitty. Miriam says, yay. Vampasai says, oh. And it says, kitty, kitty. My pleasure, Grace. Bloopsy says, do you like Plants vs. Zombies? I used to love that game, man. I used to love Plants vs. Zombies. Thank you, Eva. Thank you, Samuel. Okay. Guys, if a cat doesn't chill you out to go to bed, I don't know what will. I don't know what will. Although, I feel like I've lost. Where did that go? Just a sec, guys. I think my app crashed for that previous thing. Just one sec. Yep, there we go. Got it back. Okay. Guys, it is time to say adios. Good luck for the exam tomorrow, of course. There is going to be another live, so I'm not going to get too sentimental, start crying in front of everybody. There is another live in the next few days or at the weekend or something as the final closing the buck live. But this is our final revision live. Coming to an end. Guys, it's 11 o'clock. My advice between now and the exam tomorrow morning is to get the best night's sleep you possibly can. There's going to be loads of spammy, stupid TikTok lives that are low quality in the morning. It's going to be full of people panicking, stressing out, all that rubbish. I would stay away. I would stay away. Prioritize staying calm, maybe look over your notes, that kind of thing. But don't get drawn into the stress of these crazy morning before doing loads of questions, whatever. You can do it, don't get me wrong, but just don't let it stress you out. Don't let it stress you out. If you're struggling to sleep tonight, double inhale, exhale. That one that I showed you, that breathing technique is fantastic for falling asleep. So if you just do that while you're in bed, while you're in bed, focus on your breath. It's going to help you get to sleep. And that is going to be the final advice from me. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you to the moderators. We've had a lot of W in the chat for the moderators, so I won't spam it now. But guys, thank you. I appreciate it. You know it's not possible without you. So thank you, Vampasite, Neve. Thank you, Tay. Miriam's got W mods. Okay, I'm curious. I'm conscious I don't want to keep this going for too long because I want to let people sleep. But guys, how about we get a final 4-leaf clover emoji in the chat to spread the good luck and good blessings and good wishes ahead of tomorrow. Then we're going to close with one other thing. So guys, 4-leaf clovers in the chat for me. Let's spread the good luck to everybody who's still here. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Meldog. For anybody who doesn't know, 4-leaf clovers are associated with luck and blessings. Thank you, Grace, Minty Games. Neve, it's been a pleasure. Frostbite, Dookie, Paradox, Freya, Ziv, Tony. Thank you, Vampasite. Appreciate it. Guys, I'll be replying to all of the emails and messages I get sent. Okay. Guys, it's time. There's going to be another live, so we're not going to be panicking too much. Good luck for tomorrow. The final thing we're going to do, we're going to close this with the lightning bolt emoji in the chat to spread the energy and the electricity for tomorrow. We're going to close this with the lightning bolt emoji in the chat, and that is going to be the end of the stream. Thank you, Adam, VO2. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, DJ, Jack. Thank you, Tom, Gooseboy, Valili, Vampasite. Thank you, Pumpkin. That sounds like I'm giving someone a cute name. Thank you, Sarah. Roman. I know it's hard to find that lightning bolt, guys. You can copy and paste somebody else's. Vampire with the lightning. Yeah. Guys, I'm going to say good luck for tomorrow. It's been a pleasure. Let me know how it goes, and I will see you all in the next live. Guys, thank you. Good luck. It's time to say arrivederci, hasta luego, ciao, ciao, ciao. Guys, get a good night's sleep. Best of luck for tomorrow. Al presto. Good luck, guys. See you all soon.